Yeah, guys, good morning. Check once. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, please type C in chat box. Yeah, guys, okay. Let's begin just a minute. Yeah, no. Can you able to see my screen now online, guys? Please type C or please type Y if it is S. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Good morning. Let's start with the session. Guys, I'm a few people have joined today newly. If you are new today, then type N. Yeah. Okay, nice. Good. Yeah, guys. Let's move on. Let's begin now. See, yesterday, I would like to open the document which I have explained yesterday. Just for a 2 minutes. Whatever is explained yesterday, I just want to talk about in 2 minutes. Okay, then. Just I like to give you, I'll just want to give you a small thing. Look at this. Yeah, guys. So this is what we started yesterday. Okay, this is what we started yesterday. So let's move on. We'll move on. We started with what is a data persistence. What is data, what is medium, and what is storage, what is raw data, and what is Java object. And these are the 3 points mainly. One is raw data. Second one is Java object. These are the two kinds of data. And when coming to medium part, it is IO streams, serialization, and JDBC. Coming to storage, we have file and database. And these are diagram. If your data is raw data, nothing but the data in variables, then how do you read and write the data into a file? And if it is a Java object, then how can you read the data and how do you write the data? That is what the serialization, deserialization. Right? These are all what in the last session I've explained, guys. And what is the drawback of using files? No transaction, no constraint support. Okay, data security, storage. Right? So this is all how we have discussed here. Clear? Good. Next. Yeah, guys, are you getting full screen in your system? Please type. If it is yes, please type Y. Okay, so here in this session at the class, there is a projector we have started here. So that's the reason you are getting only the screen size like that. Okay, right. Let's find a solution for this tomorrow. Let's continue for today. And if the medium is JDBC, then how we can work? Okay. So that is what raw data, Java object, JDBC is a technology. And using JDBC, we can perform CRUD operations. Okay, this is what in the last session we have discussed here. Finally, I gave a requirement. Suppose I have an employee object and I want to store the employee object into the database using JDBC API. Okay, then how can I do that? Okay, for this, we don't have any solution in JDBC, but we have a solution like this now. First, read the data from employee object by calling getter methods. Then you create a prepared statement object of JDBC. Now set the data to the prepared statement, then execute it. This is all what I have explained in the last session. Now I'm going to continue with the today's session. This is a brief concept what we have discussed in the last session. Okay, right. Let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. I will explain you what we are going to look at in the today's class. Right now. Done. Yeah, guys. We'll continue about this in the today's session about your doubt. Hare Krishna. Wait, okay. Yeah, guys, let's move on. Coming to the session. Coming to today's session, what we would like to discuss is we want to know why should I go for Hibernate. Before we discuss about why should we go for Hibernate, we'll understand about why should we go for ORM tools. So that is a session for today. Before we start with Hibernate, first we'll understand about what is the need of ORM tools. I'm talking about a concept called as ORM. Why we need ORM? ORM tools. Okay, so from here we'll start with this today's session. We want to understand about why should we go for ORM tools. Then I'll explain you today what is really Hibernate. Okay, observe clearly. First of all, to everyone, I want to tell you that okay, ORM stands for Object Relational Mapping. And actually, what is the purpose of ORM tools is okay. I want to write the point here. Okay, guys. What is the purpose of ORM tools is to transfer the Java objects between an application and a database. I repeat once again. What is the purpose of ORM tools is to transfer the Java objects between an application and a database. I mean, before ORM tools, we have JDBC. But JDBC cannot transfer directly the Java objects between our application and database. What should I do if I'm working with JDBC API? Then what I should do? I have to get the data from the Java object by calling the getter methods. Then I have to create a prepared statement object. Then I need to set the values to the prepared statement object. Then I need to execute the prepared statement object. So that what happens? I can able to store the data of the Java object into the database table. Now, if I want to retrieve a Java object from the database, what is there in the database? In the database, there is a record. I want to retrieve the data from the record using JDBC. If I use JDBC, what I am getting back? One record I am getting into result set object. Correct? After that, what I have to do? I have to reconvert that particular record into the Java object. These are all the tasks to be done manually, right? So let us see what is happening here. Okay. See, I will tell you why we need ORM tools, right? For example, I'm working with JDBC. Observe here, guys. I'm talking about what? For example, I am working with the JDBC API. Let me tell you about that. I will give a diagrammatic part. See here. See here, what I'm trying to tell you is, for example, this is my database. Example, this is my database. Okay. Example, it's my database. I have a database here. I have a database over there. It's my database. Say, for example, in the database, I have a record. For example, I have a table, first of all. My table name is EMP. I have a table called EMP. Okay. And this table has, okay, I'm not writing the columns names, but this table has records. For example, there are two records. 101, employee name is A, salary is 5,000. This is a record. I have the record in the employee table like this. I have a record in the database. In the table EMP, I have a record like this. Okay. Now coming to the point, guys. Now this is my employee object. And I'm using the technology JDBC. The technology what I'm using here, JDBC is the technology. Technology is JDBC. Now this is my employee object. This is an employee object, okay? This is an employee object. Okay, for example, here I'm writing employee object. Yeah, this is my employee object. Now what I'm saying, this employee object has a record 102, name is B, salary 6,000. My requirement is what? I want to store this employee object into the database table. Into the database table, I would like to store this employee record. That is my requirement. This employee I would like to store in the database. Which technology I want to use now? JDBC is the technology. Let's see how it is going to happen. First, what I have to do? The process is what? First, call the getters. Call the getters first. Observe clearly. First, what I have to do? Call the getters. Okay, call getters. To read the employee number, to read the name, to read the salary. What I can do? I can call get employee number, get employee name, get salary. What I am getting? All the data I am getting from the employee object by calling the getters. After that, what I have to do? After that, what I have to do? I have to create a prepared statement. Okay, this is the first step I need to do. Call the getters. This is the first step I have to do. Okay. Then, second step, what I have to do? Create a prepared statement object. Prepared statement object, okay, of JDBC. Prepared statement object you have to create. Second. Okay, this is a second point. Create the prepared statement object. Then what I have to do after creating the prepared statement object, then I need to set the data. Then I need to set the data. Set the data. After once you set the data to the prepared statement object, then you can execute it. Then you can execute it. Then you can execute it. Observe here. then execute it. Whenever we execute, what will happen whenever we execute this prepared statement object? Then whenever we execute the prepared statement object, then what will happen now? Finally, one record will be inserted into the database table. The record inserted is what? What is the employee number is 102. Employee name is B. Salary is 6,000. Okay, this is what we are supposed to do. First, I want to store the employee object in the database. Using which technology? JDBC. These are all the things I need to manually do it. These are all the things what I'm doing. Manually, I'm doing it. Manually, I have to do all these things. When I'm working with a technology called JDBC technology. For example, I'll tell you. For example, now my technology is ORM. Object Relational Mapping technology I'm using in my project. Now my technology is ORM, stands for Object Relational Mapping. Okay, that is my technology. Okay, observe here, guys. Observe here. Okay, now this is the database. Technology is what here? ORM technology. Technology is the ORM technology. Okay, this is my employee object. This is my employee object. Observe here, employee object. And the employee object is containing the data like 102 B 6,000. Okay, now what I want to do now, I want to save this object in the database table. Using which technology? ORM. In ORM technology, I no need of doing all these things. Okay, what I will do, I will simply call a method given by ORM technology called save. For example, this object I want to store in the database. Simply what I'm going to do, I'm just going to call a method called save. Otherwise, I can call persist. Something. What will happen immediately? This object will be stored into the database directly. Then in the database table, one record will be inserted. 102 B 6,000. So if I'm using ORM technology, then just I need to call simple method. Just one method is enough to call. I no need of doing all these things. Okay, this internally this ORM technology use again which technology only? JDBC only, but it's releasing the burden on the developer. Okay, if I'm directly using JDBC technology, I have to do all these things now. But what I can do now, simply if I'm working with the ORM technology, I can simply call this method. Obviously, it is going to be inserted into the database. Who will take care of internal work? The ORM technology will take care of it. The ORM technology will take care of it. Okay, right. For an example, guys. Now suppose I want to give you next diagram. What's my next diagram? This is my database currently. The same database diagram, I would like to copy it. I want to copy this here. Okay. My requirement is I want to load the employee object. Which technology I'm using? Technology is JDBC first. Technology is what? JDBC technology I'm using. I'm using the technology called what? JDBC. Okay. Are you getting my point? Okay. I'm not talking about syntax. I think Iqbal asked we won't pass the object in the parameter. Okay. I'm not talking about any example or I'm not talking about any syntax. Okay. When syntaxes comes, you will understand. Currently, don't look at about the syntax. Only understand the diagram. That's it. I am passing the parameter, not passing the parameter. Don't think about that. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, I'm just explaining. Okay, we are not discussing any API and we have not entered into anything like that. Technology is what here? JDBC. JDBC. Okay. I want to retrieve an employee with the number 102. An employee with the number 102. We know whenever we select any records, the result table will be stored into the result set object. So this is another object in JDBC which is called result set object. This is a result set object. The result table will be stored into the result set object. The result table will be stored into the result set object. 102 B 6000 6000. And we know result set object also maintains a cursor. It has a cursor, right? The cursor is placed at before the first record, before the first record of the result table, right? Now this is called what object? I'm calling it as result set object. What are you doing now? Suppose if I want to convert, first you need to get the values from the result set object. First, what you need to do? Get the values from the result set object. So get the values from the result set object. 1 minute. Okay. First, get the values from the result set object. You know already methods like rs.getInt, rs.getString, rs.getDouble, like that in JDBC API you are calling the methods like that. Okay. So then you need to call the getX methods. What methods you are calling? GetX methods of result set. GetX methods you are calling. Call the GetX methods first. Okay, right? First, what you need to do? Call the GetX methods you have to call first. That is point number 1. Point number 1. Or even if I call it as point number 1, this is going to be point number 2. This is a point number 1. What's the point number 1? Get the record into the result set object. Create a result set. Second one is what? Call the getX methods, correct? Once you call the getX methods, what's the next step? What is my requirement now? I want to store this data into which object? Employee object. What should I do for that? What should I do for that? I need to create the employee object first. One empty employee object. Then I need to set the data to the employee by calling the setter methods. Means what's the next step I have to do now? After calling the getX methods, create a employee object. Create what object? Employee object. Next step is what after doing that? After doing that, what's the next step? Set the data. Set the data. Okay. Observe here. This is the point number 3. This is the point number 3. This is going to be the point number 4. This is the point number 4. Everyone, this is a point number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And when these 1, 2, 3, 4 steps are executed, finally what I am getting is the employee object. I got what object finally? I got the employee object. I'm writing here. I got finally the employee object. After executing all these steps, now tell me what object is ready for me in my project? Employee object is ready. I got which object here? Employee object I got now, right? Employee object I got. And what is the data in the employee object now? 102 is the employee number. B is the name of employee. 6000 is the salary. Which technology I'm using here? JDBC. What is our next discussion? Our next technology is the ORM technology. Our next technology is the ORM technology. Yes, I will explain you. Our next technology is what? ORM technology, guys. Just a minute. Huh. Our next technology is ORM. Our technology is what now? ORM. ORM, right? What is happening in ORM technology, guys? For example, now we have the database. Let me copy the database as it is. I'll keep the database over here. Okay, guys, this is my database now. Now, which technology I'm using? ORM. What is my requirement? I want to retrieve the object. Very simple. Very simple. I am going to call a simple method called load. What's the method I'm calling? Simply load. Load is a method. Load. Whenever I call the load method, it will directly return me the employee object. Okay, I got my employee object directly. Employee object. What is the data of the employee object? 102 B 6000. Okay, if you observe this now, it's pretty simple, right? So what is happening with the ORM technology? My Java program can directly store the object into the database, and my Java program can also directly get the object from the database without doing any internal work. Who will take care of the internal work of doing all these things? Will be taken care by ORM technology, and I am free from that. I can simply able to call my methods. My code is very less and it's very easy for me. Means what? It is reducing the burden on the developer, because in real-time applications all our data is in objects only now, right? Different types of objects are there in my application. For every object, if I want to do like this, then what will happen? It will be more burden on me, and moreover it is going to be very repeated code. It's going to be the very repeated code. Even though I can create generic classes, but still it is going to be a repeated code for me. So which tool or which technology has provided for the Java developers in order to directly transfer the objects between application, database, vice versa? That is what called as ORM technology. That is what called as ORM technology. Try to understand, okay? Yeah, guys. Yeah. Try to understand my point, okay? Now, the technology which I'm talking is internally the work will be taken care by which technology? ORM. ORM technology has given, okay, a solution for this problem. Okay, one more. If you are working, there are multiple mismatches are there between object model and relational model. By providing solution for both mismatches between object model and relational model to allow the Java applications to directly work with the database to transfer the objects, we have the technology called ORM. I will tell you about what are the mismatches we have. Okay, right. Basically, first what I want, right, is our question is what, first of all, what is our question here? Why we need ORM tools? What is the answer for our question? These are all the diagrams that are well and good, okay? But the question is what? Why we need ORM tools? Now tell me what is the answer, like why we need ORM tools? Write in chat box. You tell me. Guys, write your answer in chat box. Simple answer, okay? Right, simple answer. Okay, good, nice. Yes, correct. Correct, guys. Good, good, good. Okay. Now, let's see the answer. Let's see the answer. Observe here. See, guys. This is my Java application, right? This is my Java application. Java application contains what? Classes, right? Employee class is there, customer class is there, order class is there, right? Item class is there. There are many classes are there in my Java application, right? And for example, this is my database. This is my database. Now what I can say that okay, this is my database. I'll explain. It is my database. Now this is my Java application. This Java application is consisting classes. One Java application can contain multiple classes. Why not? So what now? This is my Java application. This is my database. Now what I am trying to tell you now, this is one class. Say for example, this is another class. These are all what different classes. One application is consisting multiple classes, na? Right. One application is consisting multiple classes. These are all what simply classes. I am writing simply class. Okay, this is one class in my application. This is another class in my application. These are all the different classes. These are all the different classes in my application, guys. These are classes. What is my requirement? I want to store the objects of these classes in database. And whenever we want, I want to load the objects of these classes from the database, right? Good. Who is there? Which technology I want to use in the middle? ORM. So which I can say that in the middle there is an ORM. I can call it as object relational mapping. Now this is my ORM tool. I can call it as ORM, object relational mapping. I'm writing simply ORM, right? Now, what my Java application is going to give to the ORM? My Java application is going to give object. To whom? ORM. What this ORM will do? Will store this object into the database. In the database, object is stored as an object only or as a record in the table? As a record. In the database terminology, one row is nothing but one object. Correct. In our table, for example, there are 5 rows. Then tell me in our application, they are equal to how many objects? 5 objects. Means one row is one object. One column is one property. One column is one property of our object. For example, if employee has employee number, employee name, salary, department number, these are all the columns now. In our object, employee number, employee name, salary, what are all these? Properties. Properties, right? Okay. Observe here. Understand. What I'm trying to say, this is the database. For example, in the database, this is a table. It's a table in the database. Some table doesn't matter. Table. The table has records. The table has records. Just I'm trying to tell you in the form of diagram to immediately catch the concepts. For example, this is a table. These are all the different records in the table in various columns. In the various columns. Okay, right? Now, what I'm trying to tell you now, this ORM tool, what it is doing? It is storing my object of a Java class in my application into database table. And also whenever my application wants the object, what it will do? It will load the object from the database. Nothing but what it will take the object record from the database and will give me as a object. Will give to my application like an object. Okay, na? So what are you understanding, guys? ORM tools are used to, I want to write the point here. Okay, what's the point I want to write here, guys? What's the purpose of ORM tools? ORM tools, what are used to transfer the Java objects between, yes, the Java objects between what and what? our Java application and a database. Our Java application and a database. Okay. ORM tools are used to transfer the Java objects between our Java application and a database. Right? Can we do this using JDBC API? No. No. Of course, ORM tools internally use JDBC API. JDBC API. Are you able to follow me, right? Very good. Of course, I'll tell you. Yeah, guys. Guys, have you understood online, guys? Give me a reply, Y or N, otherwise C or N. Make it fast. Okay, then. Nice, good. Good. Thank you. Nice, good. Thank you. Let's move on, guys. Okay. Then our session is about Hibernate now. Right. Now you have a doubt. Then what is the use of Hibernate? Okay. I'll tell you. There are many ORM tools given by many vendors. There are many ORM tools are given by many vendors. Like for example, if you take drivers, we have Oracle driver, MySQL driver, PostgreSQL driver, and some third-party drivers are also available in Java to connect our Java application with the database, right? What is a mediator between our Java application database? Driver, JDBC application, and database. Driver is a mediator, right? We have Oracle driver, we have MySQL driver, PostgreSQL driver, and Pramati driver. There are different drivers are there. Correct? Similarly, there are many ORM tools are given by many vendors. Many vendors are there. Many vendors provided many ORM tools. For an example, take our Hibernate. Our Hibernate is what? It is also one of the ORM tool given by JBoss. Given by JBoss. JBoss is a community or JBoss is an organization company. Otherwise, JBoss is an internal part of Red Hat. Means main company is Red Hat. JBoss is one community in Red Hat. Okay. Hibernate is what now? Hibernate is what? One of the ORM tools. Not only Hibernate. For example, there was a tool called TopLink. TOPLINK. I will write some of the ORM tools now. TopLink is also what? One ORM tool from Oracle Corporation. Who is a vendor of TopLink? Oracle Corporation. You got my point? MyBatis. There is one tool called MyBatis. What is MyBatis? It is also one of the ORM tool. Basically, what are you understanding? There are many ORM tools are available from different vendors. Able to follow me? Out of them, who is the most popular ORM framework in Java? Hibernate. You are getting my point? Okay, why Hibernate is most popular? Because Hibernate also provides more additional features for the Java applications. Okay, when there are 10 softwares are available, for example, when there are 10 softwares are available, why we are using WhatsApp only mostly? Because of the features. Okay, because of the features. There are many browser softwares are available. But why mostly we are using Google Chrome only? Because of its features. The feature may be like it is accurate, fast, whatever it is. Security. Are you getting my point? Right. Means what? Like that, there is only one ORM softwares are available. I mean, ORM tools are available or multiple are available. Multiple are available, but one of the most popular one is what? Hibernate. So what is Hibernate finally? Guys, yeah, you can write in chat box, guys. Yeah. Yeah, guys, write your message in chat box. Yeah. Write your message in chat box. Yeah. Okay. Right. So what is the definition of Hibernate? We can say Hibernate is an open source. What is that? Hibernate is the open source ORM framework or tool. Are you getting my point? Tool from JBoss community. From JBoss community. Okay. And why Hibernate is only the most popular one? Because of it will provide more additional advantages to the application. Let us identify what are the advantages it will provide. So what is the basic advantage that every ORM tool will provide for our Java application? Write in the chat box, guys. Yeah. Basically, what every ORM tool will do, whether you take Hibernate or you take MyBatis, TopLink, any other ORM tool, right? Basically, what every ORM tool will do, it will definitely transfer the objects from our Java application to the database. That is a primary responsibility of every ORM tool. What about Hibernate also? It will also provide this feature. Plus, additionally, Hibernate also will provide more features to the application. That is the reason why Hibernate is the most popular ORM tool. Right. Guys, have you understood, guys? Write in chat box. Make it fast. Make it fast. I'm waiting for you. I will explain what are the additional features. That is what called advantages of Hibernate. We are going to look at about advantages of Hibernate next. Write in chat. Okay, right. Now I just want to write a definition here. What is Hibernate? Okay, what is Hibernate? I'll tell you. Yeah, guys, I'm writing the point here. What is Hibernate? Hibernate is an open source. Hibernate is an open source ORM framework, or even we can call it as a tool, anything. Is an open source ORM framework which can transfer objects between our Java application and a database. Between our Java application and a database. Guys, it is an open source ORM framework which can transfer objects between our application and a database. And I would like to tell you, database in the sense, better you can write in the brackets both SQL and no SQL. Both SQL based database and no SQL based databases also, like MongoDB. We will discuss that in our class. Both SQL and no SQL. Okay. Right. This is Hibernate. We can say that what Hibernate is the most popular among multiple ORM tools. And I want to add one more point here to all of you, that Hibernate is an ORM tool. Okay. Whichever software, do remember this point, whichever software is reducing our burden, means burden on the developer, we call that as a tool, right? We call it as a tool simply. So Hibernate is also reducing burden on the developers now. So we are calling it as simply what? Tool. So the tools will make the developers work easy, right? Good. Hibernate is an ORM tool from JBoss community. Right, JBoss community. If you want, you can write as a next point. JBoss is an internal. JBoss is an internal part of Red Hat. Is an internal part of Red Hat. It is an internal part of Red Hat. Okay, na? Next one, guys. Yeah, guys. Next one. Okay. There are multiple ORM tools. There are multiple ORM tools from different vendors, like Top Link, MyBetis, ORM Lite, L cap letter, ORM Lite, Data Nucleus, blah, blah, blah. But Hibernate is the most popularly used. Okay, Hibernate is the most popularly used ORM framework, or we can call it as a tool, whatever it is. A tool can also be called as a framework. Framework is basically for reducing the burden on developers and to develop our applications very fastly. We got frameworks into our Java applications development. Okay. Right. I would like to tell you, you cannot find any difference between a tool and a framework. Anything which is reducing the burden on the developer, that we can call it as a tool, or we can even call it as a framework. So Hibernate we can call sometimes as a tool, or even we can also call it as a framework. Spring framework, Struts framework, all the frameworks are like that only. Okay. I want to give you, first of all, okay, I want to give you first of all, because many of you are new to or first time to the framework, I want to give you something on the framework. Okay. What really is a framework? I will give an example for this. Many of you people, I think 100% or 99% of you guys, I'm expecting that you are new to the framework. It's the first time you are getting the framework, right? So obviously there will be a doubt like, what is this framework? I'll give you. Yeah, guys, are you understanding? Online people, type Y or type N. Make it fast. Waiting for your response. Make it fast. Please make it fast, guys. Good. Yeah, okay, good response. Nice. Yeah. Guys, observe it. Actually, okay, I want to ask you sequence of questions now. Sequence of questions now. I would like to ask you. Question number one is. Question number one is. What is the difference between writing a Java program? What is the difference between writing a Java program in a notepad and Eclipse? Means IDE, any IDE. Guys, type your answer in chat box. Tell me now. What is the difference between writing a Java program in notepad and Eclipse? Yeah, guys, I'm observing your message in chat box. Yeah. Good. Okay. In simple word, observe here. In simple word, I can say, if a developer use notepad, the productivity of the developer is less. And if developer use Eclipse, then the developer has a good productivity. Productivity by means within less time, more amount of code can be completed. For example, I'm writing the program in Notepad, which need 10 lines. Then how many lines of program is enough in Eclipse? 10 lines only. Whether you are writing in Notepad or whether you are writing in Eclipse IDE, number of lines are same. But in Notepad, it took 5 minutes for you to complete. In Eclipse, you can complete in 2 minutes only. Are you getting my point? Means what? Within less time. What? Within less time, you can able to write more amount of code. Where? In IDE. Because of IDE will provide many features. Are you getting my point? Right. Everybody able to understand me? Guys in online, are you getting my point? Yes. Good. Good. So first I wanted answer for this question. I wanted answer for this question. Suppose if it is notepad. If it is notepad. Okay, right. Developer productivity is more or less? Less. Productivity less means what? Developer can take more time to write the program. In more time, less amount of code can be completed, right? That's called more productive or less productive. Yes, notepad is less productive. Understand these points, okay? Less productive. I'll give you a good introduction to what really framework, so that today you are going to get completely what is a framework without any next further questions. Okay, less productive. No compilation support. Okay, no compilation support. no integration with real-time tools like JUnit, GitHub. You cannot do all these things in Notepad, na? GitHub, blah, blah, blah. I'm not writing everything like this. If it is Eclipse, nothing but IDE. Okay. It is flexible, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to write all these things. Just something I want to write to tell you. Okay. What about Eclipse now? More productive. More productive. Okay. Built-in compilation support. Okay. Integration with real-time tools. Okay. Excellent. You got the question like, what is the difference between writing a Java program in Notepad and Eclipse? Okay. Now, next I want to ask, because we want to understand about what now? Framework. Okay. Now I want to ask you the next question. We will otherwise we'll discuss about the next question because framework is new for you. Now our next question will be, our second question will be, what is the difference between IDE and framework? What is the difference between IDE and framework? If anybody knows, please type in chat box. I'll wait for your response. Yes. Yeah. Somebody has written framework reduces the lines of code, but IDE is not. You are correct. I think you are is Hemant. Yeah. IDE is a set of libraries. Now, okay, we can call the same. Next. IDE is one type of framework. That is wrong. Yeah, guys. Any answers from you, online people? Yeah, guys. Observe here. What we are discussing here, what is the difference between IDE and framework? Yeah. I like to tell you. I want to tell you now. Okay. Let's have a discussion. Okay. Let me talk about how we can differentiate the IDE and framework. For example, if you take an IDE, basically what I want to tell you, whenever you write any Java project, I mean, whenever you start developing any Java project, right? Whenever you start writing any Java project, but many of the projects, almost all the projects in Java are going to have some common functionalities. Are going to have some common functionalities. Whether you are working with Hibernate, or whether you are going to work with Spring framework, or whether you are working with the Struts framework, or any other Java framework. Whether when you are creating any banking application, or a telecom application, or insurance application, or any retail domain application, whatever it is. Right. There are many common functionalities exist in Java applications. Let's take up an example. Suppose, assume that this is a banking application. This is an insurance application. Observe here. For example, this is a banking application. For example, this is a insurance application. Insurance application. Observe it, guys. Okay. If a person want to open a new account, there is a form shown to the user. A user want to create a new bank account. A form is shown to the user. Just I'm taking like some text boxes, but different types of elements are there. And finally, he has to enter the details and finally has to click the submit button. This is what he has to do. Correct? Right. For example, if a person want to take any insurance, a term insurance or a life insurance, what this guy has to do? Has to fill the data. His name, first name, last name, age, gender, blah, blah, blah. All the details are need to be filled up. Then only what, guys? He will get the insurance. Correct? Actually, banking application different, insurance application different, right? Now, what is a common functionality here is, if a user is not providing data in one of the fields, like he is not providing his first name or his last name or his gender, whatever, he is not providing it. Directly clicking on which button? Submit. Then what will happen by default? Again, the same page will be sent back to the user. But given in red letters, you have missed your address, or you have not entered your email ID, or you have not provided your password. Like that, we are getting some error messages. Let us take insurance application. In insurance application also, the user want to inquire for an insurance, but he is not providing his age, or he is not providing his email ID or phone number. Then here also, again, the same page will be given back to the user and telling the error messages. What? You have not entered your age. You have not entered your email ID. See, actually, banking application different, insurance application different. But what's the common functionality? What's the common functionality? Input validation. What is that? Input validation is a common functionality in all the Java projects. No? It is banking, insurance, telecom, retail, blah, 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 anything. But what's the common functionality? Input validation is a very common functionality. Correct? I taken only one example. But internally, when we dive into the project, like this, we can find many common functionalities across all the Java projects. You are getting my point? Right. Guys, are you getting my point? Online people? Write in chat box. Yes, no, whatever it is. Both are accepted. Not only Y, N is also accepted. Very good. See, my question to all of you, what is the common functionality here? Okay, what is a common functionality here I'm writing about? Common functionality is what here? Input validation is a common functionality. Backend application functionality, right? Very good. Input validation is a common functionality. Correct. Like this, there can be multiple common functionalities required in almost every Java application. Right? If I'm working with IDE, my question to you, I want to write the banking application in IDE. I want to write insurance application also in IDE only. Both applications I'm developing in IDE only, right? I'm developing the both application IDE only. Na? Without IDE, we can't develop the application, first of all, for the real time, obviously. And both applications are developing in what? IDE only. My question to you, will the IDE automatically provide me this common functionality? Will I get this common functionality from IDE directly? What is your answer? Write in chat box. No, right? Yeah. No. No. Observe here. Try to understand my point. Suppose I'm using framework. Suppose I'm using framework. What framework will provide me? A set of libraries, nothing but jar files. Libraries are nothing but what? Jar, Jar. Jar stands for jar stands for what, guys? Java archive. Java archive. Okay. What framework provides? A set of jar files. We call them as libraries. What they contain? Common functionalities. What they contain? Common functionalities. If I'm using framework, to develop the banking application, then tell me what I no need to write manually. Common functionalities I no need to write manually. If I'm developing insurance application, then common functionalities I no need to write manually, because those functionalities I'm getting from framework. Framework, not from IDE. I'm getting from framework. Means what framework is providing me? The common functionalities, whatever is required in the Java projects. Who is providing me? Framework. Means what? Earlier, for example, if I need to write 100 lines of code earlier, but with the framework, 50 lines code is enough. Not 100 now. How many? 50 lines. Why? Yeah, guys, why? Because remaining 50 lines of code is common functionality. Na? Who is providing me that? Framework. Are you getting my point? My question is now, how can you differentiate IDE and framework? Yeah, guys, write in chat box, everyone. Yeah. Yes. Write the difference between IDE and framework, whatever you understood, guys, in chat box. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, IDE must help developer to complete work fast, but framework provides. Yes, exactly. Nice. Okay, good. So finally, yeah, guys, good, nice. Let us write the answer for this now. Let us write the answer for this. I am writing answer for this now. What's the difference between IDE and a framework? Look at this, guys. Look at this. Okay, look at this. I'm writing the point here. IDE does not provide any libraries to reduce the code. Does not provide any libraries to reduce the code, but it helps to complete the code faster. Framework provides a set of libraries. Everybody guys understand this? Okay, na? Framework provides a set of libraries for the common functionalities of a Java project. So it reduces almost 50% of the code by the developer. Almost it reduces 50% of the code by the developer. I'm just giving on an average of 50. It may be 50, 60, 40, but still on an average 50. Almost 50% of the code by the developer. Okay. Are you getting my point? Right. Of course, one thing, where do you write the application using framework? For example, tomorrow we are going to write Hibernate application. Tomorrow in the sense, maybe after 1-2 classes. You are going to write the first application Hibernate, right? Using IDE. What do you mean by that now? What are you understanding now? What are you understanding, guys? You are understanding that application we are going to develop in IDE. Using which framework we are going to write our application maybe after 1-2 classes? Hibernate framework. Able to follow me now? Right. Means what? To develop the application using framework also, we use what? Means what? A framework is reducing 50% of code. IDE is helping me to write my code faster. Okay. Finally, what we are using now? IDE we are using to develop application using frameworks. Able to follow me? Right. Better I will include that point also. Better I'll include this point also. Are you getting my point, guys? Yes. What's the point here? You can write. We use IDE to develop the applications using frameworks. Using frameworks. Guys, we use IDE to develop the application using frameworks. Next. We use IDE to develop the application using frameworks. Guys, everybody. Now, coming to actually different frameworks are there. I just want to tell you. For example, you take struts, struts. Struts is a framework for, it is not structs, no C. There is no C, only struts. Struts. So struts is a framework. To develop web applications. Or we can say / I'm writing is a framework to develop web applications or presentation layer of an application or an enterprise application, whatever it is. Presentation layer of an enterprise application, that is called struts, guys. Remember, everyone. Okay, that is what? Struts framework. Okay, but nowadays we are not using that much. Okay, there are some existing projects. They are continuing. Okay, Hibernate. Remember, Hibernate is a framework to develop data access layer or Hibernate is a framework to develop data access layer or persistence layer of an enterprise application. Okay, I'm writing here, guys. Starts Hibernate. Next one is Spring. Spring is a framework to develop all presentation / business and persistence. Presentation, business and persistence layers of an application, of an enterprise application. Remember, Spring also uses internally Hibernate only. Okay. Spring also internally uses what? Yeah, Spring also uses internally Hibernate only. Okay, right? So means what and what frameworks combination required for the real-time applications today? Hibernate and Spring, because Spring internally use Hibernate only for persistence layer of the application. Okay, right. Take the point. Okay. Nowadays, okay, a Java developer, okay, has to learn Spring and Hibernate frameworks to develop the real-time enterprise applications. Real-time enterprise applications. Real-time enterprise applications. I will tell you. Then our session is Hibernate with JPA. I'll tell you what is JPA tomorrow. What is the meaning of JPA? I'll tell you tomorrow. And also what are the advantages of Hibernate also. Tomorrow's session is a very, very important one. Tomorrow's session is a too much important session. Very, very important session tomorrow. Guys, understand it. Everybody, are you clear, guys, in online? Please type Y or N in chat box. Have you understood the session for today? Have you understood the session for today? Please type Y or N. Make it fast, guys. Okay, more responses are accepted. Yeah, guys. Yeah, very good. Good response. Yeah. I'm giving, guys. Just a minute. In chat box, I'm giving to everyone. I'm sending admin number. I'm sending admin number. Please note it. Contact our admin today and get all the details. Okay. Just a minute. I'm sending it. Yeah, guys, to everyone. I have sent admin number in chat box 96036540777. Please contact our admin today. Today you please contact our admin. Get the details. Course duration is 1 month. Course duration is 1 month to everyone I'm telling you. If you have prior, at least one JDBC program, at least if you have some idea on JDBC, then you are welcome to my session. Okay. I will teach you very excellently. Don't worry on the subject. Okay. With all my real-time experience, I will tell you the course. You can get extra knowledge in the session. Don't worry about that. Contact our admin today. Get the fee details. Do complete your fee payment so that maybe you are not going to miss any classes. Okay. Otherwise, what happens now? We are going to change the link. We will intimate you. Okay. We'll intimate you and you will get all. You will get all the like the class notes, whatever I'm giving, whatever I'm writing here. This will be given. Additionally, some material is provided. All these things we can access, you can download through our Ashok IT portal. But once you are registered with the course, okay? Right. Please contact admin and come to know about all the details. Okay, guys. Yeah, course content you can download from our Ashok IT portal. You just visit ashokitech.com and you can download the course content, okay? Right. Everything is no need of course content. Everything I'll explain. I know what is required. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Contact our admin. Admin will change the link. That link may be changed by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, that I don't know. They'll change the link. Please contact admin today and try to know about all these things. Yeah, guys. Do you have any other queries, guys, in online? If you have any queries, please ask in chat box. I'll wait for another 2 minutes. Guys, have you enjoyed the session today? Have you understood everything? Have you enjoyed it? Is my voice is clear and are you getting whatever I'm explaining? Yeah, all these notes I'll send you. Don't worry. Please contact our admin, okay? You will get all the details, guys. All will be sent at a time, guys. Once you are joined, yesterday's class notes, today's class notes, tomorrow's class notes, everything will be uploaded on the same day so that you can able to download and you can go through that. Once you have joined our course, then we will provide all these things. Okay. Right, guys. I think you have no queries next. Yeah. JDBC is just a prerequisite. I mean, at least one program, if you know, that is better. You know, at least JDBC is there, driver is there, statement is there, like that. Result set is there. So go through. Just in one day, you can learn all these things. Prerequisite basics. Okay. Right. Okay. Anyhow, guys, thank you. Thanks for this meeting.